I just wanna chill and vibe. Baby girl, keep it real, no lies. She said she's 21, I said alright. If we gon' be grown, then speak your mind. I just wanna chill and vibe. 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 Soon as baby turn up, you know Buddha gon' turn up. Turn up, turn up, turn up, gon' turn up. Soon as baby turn up, you know Buddha gon' turn up. Turn up, gon' turn up. Soon as baby turn up, you know Buddha gon' turn up. Turn up, turn up, gon' turn up. Soon as baby turn up, you know Buddha gon' turn up. Let's start the show. Only good vibes. No, I'm serious. Let's start the show. Come on, mom. Come on, mom. Only good vibes. Turn up. Turn up.
Hey, what's good, sisters? This is your boy, Buddha. And over there is a lovely. I'm gonna try this again. What's good, sisters? This is your boy, Buddha. And over there is a lovely
Baby.
And we coming to you live again with another edition of
Sipping a conversation.
Oh, okay.
You like it?
Yeah, baby. I like that. This is what's up like you.
You do.
You looking so beautiful though. What you got going on here with the minty green hat? A little, and then look. A little cheetah print.
Everything is everything. My big hat on my
little
head.
cheetah print. So hold on, like, so for you wildlife treasurers out there, like I was growing up, you gotta know your difference between your print. You know, there's leopard and then there's cheetah. There is a difference.
Look, is this baby being fashionable like she do?
Oh, okay.
She stay being fashionable. She with the fashion.
She with the shits.
She stay with it. Listen. Hello out there. Welcome back, old sippers. Welcome, new sippers. You already know what time it is. Hey, Shayla.
Woo! How you doing, Shayla?
Thank you for tuning in.
Okay. So,
what you got? Yeah, you doing your part.
So, hey, baby.
Let them know. Wait, just film this. Yeah. Oh, that was a show.
Okay.
All right, I got you.
Okay.
So, y'all, my uncle, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
We'll do that.
Handle your business. You good?
I gotta find the information.
Well, while she's doing all that, finding information, I do what I always do. So, baby, how was your day?
Y'all, you know, why come? Yes, I said why come. Why is it that when you get ready to go on vacation, everything wrong? Everything important, everything urgent. I'm just saying everything. Like, and then everybody needs your help. What y'all been doing all this time? Huh? Like what y'all been doing? I don't know why that ain't working. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, what y'all been doing all this time? Dang.
Okay, I'm here for that.
That made my nerves bad. Hey, what, man? It's like, dog. So listen. Before I say that, I'm trying to like do too much. Ooh, come back down. Baby, how was your day?
Man, my day was all right, man. It's kind of easy breezy, slid through the day. No real problems, no real issues, no people at the workplace, man. It's always good. And you can go to work, come home the same way you left, and be in tranquility.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? My words right? At this Jones High School education that I got. Ooh.
Look, don't play with me. Don't play with Evan. Don't play with my food.
You gonna play with
All right. So, hello everybody that's tuning in. What's good, fam? Burn her. Hello, Dani. How you doing? So my daddy brother has a awesome freshwater fish company services, that he renders. And it is located in Lake Placid, Florida. All right. So the name of the company is Lake Placid Freshwater Charter and Guide Services. So he can take you out there, you know what I'm saying, and offer you all kinds of amenities and so forth, right? Along with it. So Uncle dropped me the phone number in the thread so that I could put it up. So anybody that's into fishing, it's not deep sea fishing, it's freshwater fishing. But he has a couple of boats for y'all to go out there. He can tell y'all more about that information, you know what I'm saying? Or you can just visit his page. Because there is a page, but he did just recently do a little fishing thing. You know what I'm saying? It's my family. Come on, family. I'm trying to look the information up so you didn't have to do it. Lake Placid Fresh Water.
So when we out there, do you get big fish?
I'm echoing, got an echo going on. Okay.
It's probably the mic you got.
It's a new mic. Because it's not that one.
Not that.
Yeah. Dragging. I kind of noticed that. But we're going to push through. We're going to push through. I'm going to move that back. I don't know if it's because there's multiple mics in or not. And your volume is off on the computer, right? Okay. So I just want to check on that. Y'all let me know. We might want to move your software over. Yeah, that not as far as the video, that's unfortunate, technology, because of technology. That's all I got.
That's all you got.
That's all I got.
Okay.
But yeah, so my uncle did a filming for television filming with Crawl Dog Fishing Crew. So y'all gotta go check it out. He is on Facebook, and the name of the Facebook page is Lake Placid, like the the shark. The alligator. So Lake Placid Freshwater Charter and Guide. Look him up. You know what I'm saying? And you won't be disappointed.
True indeed.
That's all I can tell you. I don't know. I can't stop the echo, but what I can do is possibly take a mic off.
I got you.
You have one mic on.
No, I'm turning that on well. I'm Gucci.
All right. So I got one mic off. Y'all let me know if it improves.
Cleaned up. There you go.
It's because, because I had two mics next to each other.
Duh.
That might be what it was. I didn't realize I had them both next to me.
Okay.
It's microphones here, y'all, and this is what happened when we live. Things happen, but we appreciate y'all for always being family, okay? Because that's what we is. We is family, right? So let me know if it
So baby, they said it cleaned up.
I know, but I turned them back on, and I want to know if it's echoing.
Okay. You're part of it. So baby, what you sipping on? Talk to me.
Today. She
watched me make it this time.
Mm-hmm.
She was like an old floor general. Not too much of that.
Well, for a reason. I wanted a little bit less. But this is the baby blues.
Oh, that's what we're doing again.
That's what I call this, because it's vodka, blue curacao, and ginger ale.
Okay.
With lime juice.
I'm here for this.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it. I can't fix the drag.
So what we
but I'm gonna turn one mic off and see if the too much, technology going on in one place. So we'll work with that because that's otherwise we got to do the show next week.
Oh no!
Listen. We had a wonderful time last week.
Did we?
What you think?
Well, first of all, we need to talk about my drink.
What you sipping on, baby? See, I told you I'm all discombobulated.
So what am I sipping on? I'm sipping on cream soda and whiskey. Who knew?
Old Faithful.
Old Faithful, man. I try to stay in my own wheelhouse. You know what I'm saying? Stay. Every now and then I slide out. Like I might get a Washington apple or something like that. But I stick with what works for me.
All right. Okay. I see what you're doing now. It's kind of strange too because we got the same devices. Everything is the same on the same. I don't know. So I don't know. It's probably because it's been raining too. So you know how that'll mess it up. And if I'd have knew in advance, there's no real way for me to test anything like no pre-internet test. So unfortunately, I can't reset nothing. Otherwise, it's bye-bye.
We Gucci, man. Like I took off one device.
Yeah.
You down to them people. Hey, how y'all doing over there? Instagram. Mm-hmm.
We trying to give thanks and gratitude to Instagram. Mm-hmm. So, because we don't really go live over there. But we want to have our presence all across the world. You understand what I'm saying? We on YouTube.
All right.
Listen, if y'all looking at us tonight, make sure y'all go over to the YouTube channel. All right. Because that is where y'all people's gonna blow up. But we need your help. You know what I'm saying? We need y'all to go to YouTube and hit notification bell. All right. And get in there. All right. Hey, Katrina, man, look at here. Well, I'll be darned. You had to move away to get on the show.
She got time today.
And you sipping on cognac?
That's my guy. You know what? I'm going to give you a proper shout out. See, this is how we're going to do this. This is Mr. Rick, Date with a Purpose. Arnell. Come on, man. This is my guy, man. Hashtag men are the prize, man. And I want to give you a salute for being a stand-up guy.
Oh, I know you got your red in your cup, friend. That's my friend, everybody. Listen, all y'all my friends, okay? Let me just tell y'all, my internet cousins.
Okay.
That's what we got. So we were trying to get everything situated so that for our guests. So we just gonna press on, and if things shift, then we will bring them in. I really wanna you know what, Instagram, go over to YouTube because I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect that. This way I can try to minimize some of the technology and see if that works. I gave y'all a chance, but I gotta part ways. But we love you.
Okay. So while we waiting on our guests to come in, we can do a recap on what we talked about last week, right?
Yes.
We talked about emotional sex, and what does that mean to you, baby? Because we can talk about how I feel about it. But I want to hear from the woman's mouth.
Emotional sex. Well, for me, it's I once upon a time in a land far, far away, I ain't care nothing about all that. Keep your feelings. Let me get that pepper. But as I got
wait, come on now.
I just wanted what you had. I just wanted the good time and going on about my business. I ain't had time to be falling in love and getting all willy-nilly and all of that whatnot. Okay, we know what we came here to do, and that's what we doing.
Absolutely.
But that was once upon a time
I got you.
when I was growing up. And
Okay.
so when you know better, you do better.
So let me ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
At what point in your career, your sexual career?
Now you being funny.
Now, well, I mean, you're seasoned, right?
That was not a career. Because I really wasn't out there like that.
Yeah, well, hold on. Listen, man.
Just because I love them and leave them don't mean I love the bunch of them.
Tomatoes. We're not here to judge how many people you've been with. All I'm saying is, what would your first experience having emotional sex? You know, take me through that.
No.
What? I mean, like
it was emotional.
I mean, like, what were you thinking? Like, how did that?
It was emotional. I mean, all the emotions. Like, wow, this is happening. I think do I love this motherfucker?
Well, ask me the question and let me answer.
I'm just saying, like, I can't. When it happened, I just feel like I was in love. Like, you know, it was a very warm, fuzzy feeling, which was weird. And then I woke up and I was like, whew. Okay, it's tomorrow. All right. Whew, you made it, girl. But then I found myself wanting to call him more. And when we gonna see each other again and hold hands and do all kind of touchy-feely things and just giggling and feeling all butterflies. It was all weird. Like, I was confused. My body was all over the place, just torn.
Okay.
I don't think I liked that. Not at first. Then I realized I just wasn't embracing it for what it was. You know. I think a lot of it again came from just maturity. Okay. And the fact that I wasn't ready to settle down.
Understood.
So what about you?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned this. See, now, last week I was on some raunchy, ill stuff. Now, I'm going to talk about it for real today. All right?
Who knew?
Who knew, right? So my experience with emotional sex was kind of like an out-of-body experience. Like, what ended up happening was my spiritual man, came outside of myself and watched myself work, saying, you know what? You guys are doing what God set on this earth for you to do. What? Yes, that's how it felt. Was that very descriptive? Because I was looking at her in her eyes, and she was looking at me in my eyes, and it was kind of like the gauging of the window through the soul type of action going on. Every touch was like a vibration of its own. You dig it?
Oh, you a poet. Oh. You you give me poetry vibes.
I'm giving you the real vibes. Like, this is what it is. It was emotional because I was able to be vulnerable, free, and vulnerable to thee, baby. You know what I'm saying? I could cry if I wanted to because we was connected in such a way in that moment in time where everything was great.
Now, I ain't say I ain't cry.
I didn't say. Listen,
I cried.
This is me.
I just didn't like it.
This is me being descriptive about a moment in time for me. Okay? Now, when you had your chance, you said you want to call him. Okay. B, on the other hand, you know what I'm saying? You remember all the little finer details, like the music, what she was wearing, what they were smelling. Not saying that you need to go back and revisit it now.
Right, because I'm trying to understand why is you even got that. You shouldn't even be thinking about that.
According to you, baby. You know, our past makes us who we are today. Mm-hmm. You know what?
It was a part of the process. I didn't say it made us.
Hey, it is what it is. But now it comes with residuals. Like, you really got to be accountable for your feelings. Right? Mm-hmm. You really start thinking about beyond that week, beyond that day. Like, what is it going to be like if you decide to continue on with this person? You know what I'm saying? You start looking at future thinking of the future.
Mm-hmm. What do people say?
Okay, we here for it.
Let's see. Oh, Mr. Arnell.
Oh, he stood up in the paint. Way more longer than usual. I get it. The first time he knew. Okay.
So what else? When it happened to you, Simples,
Mm-hmm.
how did you feel? Drop your comments down below.
Woo!
Yeah.
If you care, if you feel like sharing, just
Yeah,
keep sipping. Keep sipping because guess what? You may want to tell it later. And no, just for the people who are watching this, maybe not at the time as it's going on, don't ever not hesitate to leave a comment. We will get them, and they can start the conversation all over again.
Absolutely.
So,
because we never know what may be an extension of said conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
So, this week.
Okay, I'm here for that. Let's go.
We talked about the emotional sex and so forth, right?
Hold on. Whoa. Before we go to this week, what do we got going on tomorrow, baby? Let's get that out the way. No? You're not ready for that?
No.
All right. No problem.
I want to get to the show.
Let's go. Let's get to it.
We'll not yet. We still got a few minutes before we get there.
But first, we're gonna do a small little break.
No, not yet. We're gonna start talking for a little bit. We ain't gonna talk long, then we're gonna take a break. Your job is to do what? Look good. And be great.
Stop trying to finesse my member under the table. This is what we ain't gonna do. All right, go ahead now.
All right. So get it together now. Cause you see, this is why I don't like you part of messing with my production, and I be having everything how it's supposed to be, and then here he come.
Continue.
Buddha.
Continue.
What if your significant other settled for you? Uh-oh.
How would you know, baby?
How would you know? What if they settled for you?
Okay. Go for it.
We'll be back. Give us 1 minute and we'll be right back. I just had to mess with him.
Oh, this is for the simples. Yeah. We sipping in conversation. We sipping in conversation. We sipping in conversation. Yeah. We sipping in conversation.
On that.
Hey, love you. Caught in the moment.
What y'all heard? Y'all ain't heard nothing.
Caught in the moment. Come on, production team. Come on, production team.
I'm on it, doggone it. Listen. This is a very heated topic, first of all.
It could be.
It can very much so be.
So let's
Why?
get to it.
Because how would you know? Well, first of all, you really wouldn't know. But what if your significant other settled for you and you find out 5 years later? 5 good, strong, worked, put in, great years that you were the one that was settled for. Well, here's my part. I'll go first. Take my hat off for this.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm here for this.
First First of all, I'm gonna tear up everything. That's all I got. I was just expressing myself for the ladies. I'm gonna tear up everything. Well, I'm gonna be very toe up, and everything gonna be toe up with it. Like I should have never found out.
Well, yeah, man. There are always gonna be signs, but I'm gonna flip it. You know, if you're in an opportunity to have something great with somebody, regardless of they settling on you or not, you need to remind yourself how the relationship made you feel. And if you, the one who's been settled on, is happy, then I don't see what the problem is.
Yes, I understand. I have understanding for it. Okay, I can acknowledge that if you settled for me, then I mean, because I accept and I understand that I'm not the top, I'm not the creme de la creme. But what I do know with all the confidence in me is that I'm dope as fuck.
Yeah, that's what you got.
Right? And I'm a solid woman. I'm solid on all fronts.
Okay.
Now I might not have that dime body, but I'm one of the most solid women gonna be. Ain't gonna be no competition. Okay? Now, granted, there's women that's gonna do things that I don't want to do, but
stop right there.
I'm still solid.
Stop. I feel everything you just said, right? But even in what you just said, it may not be good enough. And then what? Because if it ain't good enough, and you the solid of the solid of the solidest, and the dopest of the dopest of the dopest, and you gave everything you got, then what are you to be mad about?
I'm not really mad
or hurt about.
Because that's what emotions are. You're supposed to have feelings. Like I'm not without emotions. I'm not without feelings because, especially if I'm giving you 100% of me, and you led me. See where the deception and betrayal and the disappointment, hurt, table flipping, and all of the above takes place is that you led me to believe that I was your one.
But you are. Just hold on. Let's not get it twisted.
I'm not getting it twisted, but I'm saying
Let's not get it twisted.
Because you gave me the illusion, you had me going through the emotions. I may be the one, but in that moment, but I'm not the one that you would have preferred.
Come on, man.
So how am I supposed to feel about that?
You supposed to be,
I get
you're supposed to be okay because you're 5 years in a relationship that can't be replaced. And he or she is not trying to replace that. You just found out that you want the number one option.
But how did I find out?
However,
what would be a case where how I would find out?
I mean, maybe how they treated you.
I'm saying like if I found out because
they might have found out.
You've been in your recent time, in our recent sending love letters or writing in your journal or something. I don't know. Nothing where I was probing. Now I ain't gonna go be snooping. I will.
Tell the truth.
I have, but I don't.
Okay.
What I'm saying is I have. I'm not gonna say I don't look but I don't go looking. There's a difference.
All I'm gonna say is
I don't know. Y'all tell me.
No, all I'm gonna say is what do people say? Somebody has some paragraphs in here. That's good, but it's good conversation. Let's go.
So it depends on how it's revealed. Right. If it's said in a way to hurt me, that would truly be devastating.
Okay.
But after the pain, I would have to ask myself what was so wrong with you that you could not get what you want.
Okay.
What's so wrong with you that you could not get what you want? And I know there's a thing with people about timing because
I'm about to
There's
blow.
been some times, you know, like there's been timing ain't been right. The person might have been right,
I'm about
but
to
the
blow this shit
timing
up.
wasn't right.
I'm gonna blow this shit up.
So is it that they settle for you? Like, are you really not number one?
Well, number one, I mean, it's one thing to have confidence. It's one thing to have confidence in
I
yourself.
want to hear this man perspective,
well, I'm being a man.
though.
I thought I was a man. I thought I was a man right here. Gee.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm
You want other
interested in
than-
the men,
I mean,
like,
because
crying out.
because for men it's different, right?
Right.
Not all men think they know, you know, that they were the number one choice. Because at the end of the day, like, hold on, like, what we. You finish laughing because I want to get my point.
I'm sorry.
Because you want to hear what a man says.
No, you talk about a man. Don't.
I mean, like,
Go ahead, Buddha.
Because at the end of the day, we are smart enough to understand that certain women are looking for security and not necessarily their dream guy. They'll settle in on somebody who can make sure their bills are paid, take care of their kids. He may have a little dick. He may not be the best looking good guy out there, but he's taking care of the security measures in that person's life.
So is it settling?
Absolutely. Because if that's not where their soul and heart and everything emotionally came from in the beginning, your heartbeat didn't skip a beat when you first ran into that guy, guess what? There was probably somebody else out there that they really were looking for. They soulmate. If
But
you have
those relationships they rarely last long term. Like at some point, you grow apart because.
But then
I may have gotten with you out the gate for the security purposes. I settle for security purposes. I get that. People do that, especially many cultures. They're groomed for certain reasons to be away. And I mean, it's natural that, you know, there's a man and a woman in a relationship and y'all want the security and things like that. So I'm not opposed to that. However, it's
very rare.
It doesn't sustain long term.
So it's very rare. We can ask all the women this. It's very rare for a man to hit on the financial aspect, give you that good pipe, and look the part that you want him to look. And if you miss on one of them, you're settling.
I mean, the idea of settling, yeah. So let's see what the people say.
Okay.
Sometimes people settle because they have low sense of self, low self-esteem.
Well, gotcha.
All right. If you're not Idris Elba, know that I settle. I love you, but I settle.
But see, but you know what? As simplistic as our Lila is real, right? So
absolutely.
What I took from that comment that she just said, was, regardless if you know or you figured out that you got settled on, doesn't mean that the relationship should be over.
I don't think so, but as long as you didn't come at me, like, I know I'm not your first choice, you know.
I'm definitely not yours. Definitely. I had to hit her with that emotional sex. And then I got a chance.
No, that's not what did it. I keep okay. I'm on the record. I'm on the record. Yeah. Because for the record, once and for all right, Buddha, I love you with all my heart. You is my man. Buddha, I love you.
Now here come the bullshit. Let's go.
but it was actually your intelligence and your humor, your weird ass humor that really took me over. I've told you this from the beginning. It was such a refreshing moment and feeling to actually engage with the opposite sex, that with the level of articulation that this man actually have. As weird as he is, he the vocabulary is impeccable, first of all. And the sense of humor, the dry humor and everything, it just all worked. On top of, coupled with a very romantic man. That's all I'm gonna say now. I said it for the record.
Well, yeah.
So stop it. With your
But here, none of those things had anything to do with my member.
I said romantic.
Time out. It's my turn. None of those things had anything to do with my member. But just know, if you walking into a situation and you start slinging pipe, don't automatically think you number El Capitan, like you the best
Please
one
don't.
Best one that ever worked out.
And what women, we got that snapper, but we ain't got it. We ain't the only one got it. It's some snappers out here, and there's some peppers out here, okay? And they are top of the line.
So with that being said,
but
just know, somebody's out there saying, you know what? He does this okay. He does that okay. This may not be okay, but I can live with that. Okay? I'm an asshole. But I might be an asshole that not everybody can tolerate. But then there's somebody who can't.
If you could settle with me, settle on me.
I mean, you gonna do some stuff because you gonna
want me if you get him amongst my presence.
Okay.
You gonna want me.
Okay. So now.
Period.
So now I'm gonna throw this. I'm gonna throw a little left hook in there. Bim. You ready for this one?
Fight.
What the whole idea of compromise in a relationship has something to do with settling.
I mean, absolutely.
You got to give this up to get this, or meet somewhere in the middle where you ain't always getting what you want.
But not settle.
But you got to settle for if you're going to stay in a relationship.
But I'm saying, but you didn't settle. But that's a different type of a settle.
Is it?
Settling what you're talking about.
You're talking about in the beginning, meaning that you wasn't the number one choice. First of all, as a adult.
Never mind the fact that I passed up this other opportunity that's better. See, that's why I think I've gotten pissed off in the past, not with him. That so the person that you wanted it just again, like I said, bad timing, or they just wasn't moving fast enough, or you prematurely decided to go and get into something else because that person was offering you these things.
So if somebody says that settling is not compromise, explain to me why you feel that settling is not compromising. Because if you are on one end of the stick,
let me get the definition.
If you don't want, in my opinion, if you're on one end of the stick, right, and you want this, and your significant other or whoever you deal with wants that, and it ain't lining up, and you got to come down from your high horse, and they got to come up on their step ladder just to meet somewhere in the middle, somebody, if not both people, are settling.
All right, per definition, the verb settle, resolve or reach an agreement about, or pay to settle a debt, right?
We'll say that one more time for the people in the bike.
What? Resolve or reach an agreement.
Reaching an agreement.
Right. That's settling.
That everybody's okay with.
That everybody's okay with.
Okay.
So now let's look at compromise. Compromise consists of be made up of. make up, constitute, compose, contain, take in. So, they ain't really giving me a lot. So let's look at.
Well, that's too much. It's another definition. When you say compromise, meaning that something has been breached, I can see where they're going with that.
I'm gonna go in.
But I'm going with the terminology of you compromising.
Basically, to be made up of, compose. It's not really giving me enough substance. To include, it ain't giving me a lot on that one. So let's go to Webster. Let's see what Webster got.
But I'm here for this.
I mean, I like to look up the definition. So,
man with little dicks wrote the dictionary. Whoa.
They probably settled because, hey, if this woman likes me, I need to go on and stick with her, because I know she got to know that my pecker is not
well, I'm just
up to par.
I'm just sitting here like,
all men with small peckers know they thing ain't
right. So they shouldn't even get mad if they got to spend hella money. But then again, I've heard that some guys with little peckers can know how to work that thing. That ain't.
So what did it say? If you compromise your non-negotiables, you settled.
Period.
If you compromise your non-negotiables, and that's a personal
right
thing. So
like if you.
Yes, so I've done that.
For example, I'll give you a good one. So, you don't eat meat. Your spouse eats meat. You get hungry and you eat meat.
You don't. If you don't eat meat, you're not eating meat.
But if you get hungry and you
go and you have
partake.
You're not. If you don't eat meat, you're not going to eat meat. Period. Now if you are in a starvation situation,
you're gonna eat.
And there's nothing of vegetative state.
You want chicken?
Of edible substance, then you will survive.
So I get what you're saying, but when I'm thinking compromising, I'm thinking something that you stand on one side with, and they stand on the other side. Those are real compromising situations where if you don't come to a resolution, the relationship is over.
Well, that was the settling.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
So I'm not showing, I'm not showing that compromise
is the word to use, right?
Would be the proper word. So let's look up some synonyms for compromise to see if there's any correlation, if any. Comprehend, assimilate, embody, incorporate,
embrace, encompass.
It just compromises just to involve, to include. It's not really complement, supplement, complete. Yeah, it's kind of this integrate. So if you compromise, you're integrating something else. So maybe.
Right.
I don't know. I probably get too technical.
Yeah, but hey,
I like when we do the right.
We got to use the right word.
Not just use it, but just have.
But these are words we always use, though.
Right, but are we using those words correctly?
I think compromise is used correctly. It's not settling. I don't know.
Settling for me, I think. I know I've settled. I've definitely settled.
Oh,
I have not with. I have definitely because I actually kind of like the analogy Rick used. If you compromise your non-negotiables, you settled.
You had to in those situations.
But I think personally, I reevaluated my pre-existing non-negotiables.
Well,
because as I've gotten more mature,
More mature.
And seasoned.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What I want.
Okay.
What I need. What I desire. My vision long term is not the same as it was 20 years ago.
I'll tell you what,
10 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you, money changes the game on a lot of situations for a lot of different people. Not all. Not all. Some people stand on morals and stand on all these moral compasses about a lot of different things. Like, oh, I'm not gonna, I would never cheat. Oh, I would never do this. And I would never do that. Right? There's somebody coming up with a large sum of money and you doing the thing that you said you wouldn't do.
I get it.
Settling
is taking something that is less than what you wanted. Okay, yes, there's to some magnitude. And I would say, for me, first of all, I like a lot of things, right? Like I like 3-4 things, okay? And I strongly despise choosing. I want what I want, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means I might get 3 things. So when you tell me I only can take one of the 3, but I like them all and they're relatively equivalent in what I want, it's really rough for me. So not always is that thing less than. It's just what is of the thing has probably, depending on the need, what has more substance if I gotta choose.
So everybody like that movie Set It Off, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in Set It Off, what was
Don't make me don't get me on those specifics.
I'm talking about I'm talking about your girl, her character when she had the brother, which was Will Smith's wife played that character.
Child, don't make me start lying.
So either way, she needed some money for him to go to school. And the landlord had that cash. Now, normally, she would look his way. But tonight, that cash proved more valuable and more important to her than her own body.
No, she knew that she had an asset.
Settled.
She did not settle.
She settled on that.
She understood the assignment.
Okay. Once again, somebody on here, tomatoes.
Look, hey.
She settled.
She didn't settle. She just negotiated.
Compromise?
She negotiated. She did the barter system.
Okay.
I got what you want.
She settled. She could have worked
That's
hard.
not settled. That's a barter system.
Wait.
How you settled? She ain't trying to be his girlfriend.
She ain't had to fuck him either. She could have went and robbed banks before then.
Whose first option is I'm gonna rob a bank?
It got to that point. You know what I'm saying?
I said whose first option?
It got to that point.
I'm just saying. First option. That's all I'm saying.
Hey man, I'm really thinking I mean, I go back and I think about that movie. I'm getting off topic, but I go back and I think of that movie and I'm thinking to myself, really? You work at the bank, you got an education, and this is what you come up with? Boy, she must have went to Evans.
Y'all, give us a break. Give us a moment. We're going to come right back and we're going to wind the show down. We'll be right back.
Oh. This is for the simples. Yeah. We sipping in conversation. We sipping in conversation. We sipping in conversation. homegirl sipping, then bring her on through, huh? What it is, or what it do. If your homegirl singing, then bring her on through, baby.
What it is, what it do. If your homeboy sipping, then gon' come through. What it is, what it do. If your homeboy sipping.
Okay.
Y'all. And we back.
I'm here for this.
So listen. You know, before we get into these final few comments that you all drop down in the comment section, honey, back by popular demand. Baby is gonna be back hosting tomorrow night at Novelty, the Vibrations date night, or whatever whatever you want to call it. Well, it's date night, but date night don't have to consist of an actual male date. You can go out on a date with your homegirls or whatever. All right. But ultimately, the premises of the event Vibrations is that it's spoken words and poetry. Got the live saxophonist. We're gonna have food included in your admission costs. Desserts by Dre gonna be there. We're gonna have $30 hookahs all night. And the drink special of the night is Vibration Libations. It's gonna be rough for me, but I'm gonna be strong. And
guess what? I'm off tomorrow. I mean, I'm off Friday.
Well, you always off on Friday. That's nothing new.
But
Hey,
some kind of way, I'm gonna be the designated driver.
You will. You better hold my shoes. But yeah, we got that going on tomorrow.
Oh yeah. I might even be blessing the mic. I might bless the mic. You won't know unless you're there.
So you all should definitely come out if you're in the local area. It will be at Novelty 101 in our downtown area, Orlando. We do have access to the information for the Eventbrite. So if you are watching and you're interested, which you should be interested, okay, for everybody that's local or whatever, y'all need to go ahead and pull up on me. Okay? Sipping in conversation with Buddha and Baby in the building. I'm just saying. That's how we do. So it's gonna be real cool. Anybody that was attended, you will understand that, like, it was the first time we did it last month, man.
It was electrifying. It was great. Everybody came to play, and they came with a heavy hitter, man. I learned a lot. A lot of women are bitter and hurt.
Wait.
Yeah, I said it.
I didn't get that.
I did. Because some of those women poems, they were coming for your neck. Men, if you were listening. But it was good, though. I'm not going to take nothing away from them. They were full of energy and good thoughts that resonated with a lot of women and their hurt feelings. The end.
I can't believe you said that.
But the singing was great. The saxophonist was great. Everything was great. The poems was great. I'm not taking away from them. But I did notice they were hurt.
I don't know.
I'll drink to that.
I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know.
They were dope poem, man. They were rocking the mic. Hand clap, snapping, all that.
That's all I know.
One person stood up, called the person's name. I didn't even know you had it in you like that. But I feel you, girl.
What type of Niecy Pooh?
Mm-hmm. They had a Mary moment. They had a Mary J. Blige moment. You know when that song came? Where were you when that song Mr. Wrong came out?
Love.
Listen, when the women heard that, I'm in love with Mr. Wrong.
It was dope. That's all I was saying. Like it was dope. I'm dead. That's all I can tell.
All right. So what do people say? Let's go.
So let's go with the people. What the people? Let's get it. Look, I'm looking over here like, like this thing gonna move. Oh Lord.
Okay.
Oh Lord. All right, let's go with it. Sorry.
First up. Okay. So something was available at face value because you're able to handle the situation. Something is lacking. It's not a deal breaker. Based on what you just said, I would like to say that that's settling. You know, available at face value, meaning that it ain't what you want, but you're gonna take it. That's what I got from that. Not bad. Nobody said settling was a deal breaker, and nobody said compromising was a deal breaker either. But it is one and the same when you use it in this particular way. Like Brother Rick said, when you're dealing with non-negotiables, meaning that, let's say a person smokes cigarettes and you don't like smokers. Mm-hmm. But you don't realize that they smoke cigarettes until after y'all had sex. Dick or coochie was good. You want to stay, but then you know they smoking cigarettes. So what you do? Do you walk away or do you stay? You know what I'm saying?
I can't do this.
I'm giving you these ultimatums. Like, these are non-negotiables that may happen to be coming up. You know what I'm saying? Or for a woman, like, you know what? They want all this good man. He laying this good piping and all this great stuff, but he's just messy as hell, leave clothes everywhere. Make you picking up, and you know for a fact that ain't the type of person you is. Right? But guess what? You're there. Right? Well, I love him. But he gets on my everlasting nerves.
And do walk away quickly.
I'm just saying. Sometimes we get ourselves in situations that we don't know we in these situations until it's too late. You caught up because of a feeling. That's settling. That is the dominant. That is the capital letter of what settling is. Somebody laid this thing down on you. They faked you out, because this is what I talked about last week about the illusion and deception of emotional sex, right? They put all this, women do this, men do it too. But man, y'all hide y'all imperfections so great. Then when we get in the thing that we think we want to be in, you become a totally different person. But it's too late. It's too late.
You think so?
You can walk away at any point in time, but damn, if you as a man you as a person, adult, who get in a situation, right, and care about your emotional stability, you got to think about what makes you happy based on what makes you happy, even if it comes to butt up against something you don't agree with.
I get it. I definitely get it. I don't know. It's just like, for me, like I say, all right, two parts. Kind of like, what if and how do you know, right? As far as our topic tonight. What if your significant other settled for you, and ultimately, how do you know if your significant other settled with you? Like, you were the one they settled for.
Well, first of all, you got to come in that bitch without rose-colored glasses, meaning that you got to see a person for who they really are, and not for what they really do for you.
I think I would probably get manipulated or deceived, because if I come into this relationship, if I transition because first of all, we date, then we court, now we're in a relationship, right? So if we go through all of those stages, then you've proven to me, you've given, well, if you were settling, you've given me the illusion that you actually in it to win it. Now, granted, what I'm not gonna do, what I'm not fixing to do, is try to meet the other person's, be that other person. Okay, because see, it depends on how I found out. Like, let's just say we was in a conversation and we talking, because especially in our relationship, we're very transparent about a lot of things, and so we it may come out that, you know, another one bites the dust. Oh, sorry. So
Yeah, she hit a mojo right now.
That's people to come in there with it, because
another one guy. I got you.
So with that being said, like, we had these conversations, so we know where I was at a point in time, and I know where he was at a point in time, and I'm okay with that. Like, that was your point in time. You know what I'm saying? But the ultimate question is, where you at now?
Can I drop another nugget, please?
And can.
Okay, so
talk to me nicely.
If you know for sure you're not an attractive person, and you want somebody, because people like to do this shit. We hear this shit all the time. You know, judge me on my personality. Judge me on my personality, right? You know what I'm saying? How the hell do you get to the personality if you don't get past whatever you don't see, right? Come on. But I'm telling the truth here. Like, you want to talk about people who settle and don't settle. Like, listen, if beauty is in the eye of the beholder and you don't fit the bill of the what's beholding, then and you have all the other stuff that go on, how the hell they get to that point? They got to settle on what you look like in order to listen to you to figure out how good you really are.
Buddha.
You want the truth?
I mean,
well, you want me to lie to you?
I mean, you know you ugly.
But a lot of people know they might be ugly, but say I'm beautiful because my insides is beautiful.
And they are.
And they are. But you got to
get know when you looking in the mirror.
But you got to get to that point.
You know that you was not the brightest apple in the bunch.
But then you get surprised because you felt like somebody settled on you.
But
oh my God.
However,
no,
the ugly duckling do become swans.
You right.
A lot of times.
Sometimes you get lucky. You can play craps, and we got this 7-Eleven. You can play craps, and with a whole lot of money, shit, you go to 7-Eleven, you hit a scratch off for $500,000. Guess what?
Now you look good.
Now you look good.
You look good.
Shit, look at.
Woo.
Hey.
I ain't doing this.
You my boy, but you know you ain't the.
I mean, you
know you ain't the shinest. You know you ain't the shinest tool and shit. But with them billions of dollars behind you,
it don't matter.
Hey,
he don't look. But you know what? Some people I don't like. Now, if you real ugly, that's one thing. Okay.
Listen,
some ugly be having is actually character. Like if you got a chip tooth, you know,
listen.
I don't know.
This is where we
something,
baby girl. This is where we go wrong at. A lot of guys want to sell dope, sing, play sports because that's where they feel like they get the money at, right? Mm-hmm. Money is power, but whatever in society today, money is power. Women are attracted to power. So guess most. I mean,
that's overall, that's been the thing.
Okay, so overall, if women are attracted to power, and we saying money is power, then somebody's settling on something.
And see, it's not even so much we say money is power, but it's not. It's not exactly money per se. It's that's the why
insecurity, because you know damn well if that same MF didn't have what he had and he was on the side of the goddamn road street hanging out and met you at goddamn Walmart, you would have walked past his ass and not looked twice. And he was like, hey, Shonnie, hey. You was like, I don't know what the fuck he want. Shit.
Well, that's what I'd have been. I wouldn't have been concerned about whether he had money or not per se. But if you trying to get, now you looking at me and you looking at yourself. All right.
We talking about
I'm not an experiment. All right. Don't, because that has happened. You know, where like that guy actually, that's his weekday car.
Mm-hmm.
That's his weekday outfit
so
or something.
The first thing. So back on the topic, the first thing.
Talk nice to me now. Don't be looking like a bum or be.
The first
doing
thing
bum things.
you need to do if you're the one that you're the person that being settled on is to be honest with yourself. Know thyself to be true. So whatever.
What are you settling? What are you accepting?
You accepting your flaws and who you are, as it is what it is. So if he is settling and he or she is settling on you, and they give you the answer of why they're settling on you, if it meets your understanding of who you are, then you shouldn't feel no type of way.
All I'm gonna say is talk nice to me.
I get it.
See, because now granted,
I get it.
If I was the ugly one, if that's what it was about, or if I was the one being abused,
baby,
being manipulated,
you're not ugly.
No, I'm just saying.
The eyes, baby.
I'm
looking at you. But I'm the only one looking at you.
I know if I'm not easy on the eyes. We ain't gonna use the word ugly, all right? We gonna be, because I usually would say easy on the eyes. Because I'm pretty nice, okay? But my point is, if I know to know thine own self is to be true.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know that I'm not the easiest on the eyes. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, I know that if this gentleman comes to me and engage in, googly eyedness, that you like me, now granted, I probably got something physically other than the easiness of the eyes that is more alluring. Like I probably got booty, or not me, but booty, breast,
you're right.
One or two attributes that, okay, and then we started out, okay, and now we here. And then you find out I actually got a few dollars in my pocket.
Ching chang.
So
I love you. Yeah.
But I'm gonna be looking at you, even and like they said earlier.
I started from the bottom, now I'm here, baby.
No, but see, the thing is, one of the person said that I probably got low self-esteem.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because most men don't. I'm not easily approachable because I'm not easy on the eyes. But I got this money, so now I'm settling just to have a man. So if you're gonna give me attention because you thinking because I'm a sugar mama,
okay, I'm here for that.
It's really role reverse because I just want this man,
right?
Because to be on my arm piece, and do all the girlfriend work and stuff.
But it ain't no different.
Ain't gonna love me.
It ain't no different than a guy who sees this dime piece, right? And they want this dime piece, right? And they go out and get this dime piece, right?
Yeah.
But she's fucking psychotic.
Not even psychotic. She dumb AF.
I'm just saying, no, I'm going to the extreme.
I'm going to the extreme because she be pretty.
Right.
I done seen y'all out here with these dimes, and they are about as smart as a bag of marbles.
So now you got to really...
Don't trip. Don't flip it now.
So now you got to really compromise or settle on, do I want this dime piece over here who ain't gonna work with me to build my commonwealth and go and grow in things that as an adult we should grow in?
How long it take y'all to come to that realization?
About a week or two.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all got to flex on y'all boys, cause
smart like rocks. You know what? Rocks ain't that. Rocks are a little smart. They know that shit they ass right there.
They know they're a rock.
This shit right there.
They ain't
Somebody
that
gonna
smart.
pick them up.
They ain't that smart.
I'm just teasing.
Child, please. Yeah. So how do you know if your significant other settled with you, or what would you do? That was the topic for tonight.
Well, so basically, overall, get your final. I'll go my final thought. There's no excuses for people who are in tune with the people that they are with. You know the signs. You see the signs. Maybe, they're disinterested in the thing. They don't take no interest in the things that you are interested in. That makes you happy, right? That's the number one thing, because they're selfish in their own way, that you don't really matter to them until it matters.
Yeah.
Right? And at that point, you gotta figure out what's important to you. Is it having that person that important where you're gonna lose yourself? When you start having those type of conversations, right? You already know what time it is. And usually it happens in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
You get with a person, you desire them. You always say shit like, I like you more than you like me. At that moment, you realize where you at in this thing. Right? So instead of just going along for the ride, look at yourself and tell the truth.
Yeah.
And if you're okay with it, then keep riding. If you're not, then you need to stand in the paint on your own core values.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right. So my final thoughts in closing is, well, I agree with what you're saying. And on top of that, it's more that you don't have to settle. However, if it's culturally based or religiously based or whatever, you got to do what you got to do. I do understand, as a woman, making a sacrifice, but unfortunately, when you're staying too long in a place, that is where you compromise.
You use the word
yourself. Your self-worth, your own desires, you minimize, you remove, and all of the above. However, if the motive is that you are the person that is not so easy on the eyes or whatever, then
overcompensate.
You do what you got to do. But again, I'm still going back to read your energy, read the energy. And ultimately, you need to go get some kind of help, because you need to find out what is it that's actually making you feel a certain kind of way. It's, because we know beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Who's holding?
That's
what I like to say.
What's that?
I said, who's holding? You said beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
And who's holding?
Who's holding?
Somebody is for somebody.
My point exactly.
Somebody is for somebody.
So keep swinging for the fences,
and stay true to your non-negotiables. However, there will come a point in time where you need to reevaluate your non-negotiables.
All right. You just could have been in a moment of time, it could have been a season in your life where that was necessary.
Absolutely. So that's what I'm saying. We need to reevaluate what we call our non-negotiables, because what we set as our baseline non-negotiables at a point in time, let's say 10, 20, 15, 5 years ago, may not be conducive in your current state. So think about that, because you may actually find what you're looking for.
You're right. Your soulmate.
It may actually be, that person may be your person if you just take the limits off. Because, sometimes we limit ourselves. We get in our own way. And, what we call settling because that person that we were using as our model
Right.
for where our standards were at that moment, that point in time, 10, 20, 15, however many years ago it was ago. And then we've missed all these opportunities and possibilities because we were basing our expectations on something that may or may not have been realistic.
Right.
In our now.
Especially when it comes to y'all women who have...
Hey, don't you say women.
Women.
People.
I'm talking about women or men. However you want to take it. You got a benchmark. Like, say you had a really awesome father in your life or mother in your life. And now you comparing your mate to them. Those are like, are ideas like, can a person be who they truly are? And can you accept them for that? And if it make you a better person,
I ain't gonna keep this show going, but I'm gonna say this about it. But I will just briefly state that it's nothing wrong with our parents per se, right? However, when we become mature adults, it is time to
break away
and create our own being. We had a foundation, however, is that foundation the end all be all? No, it's not. Because you have thoughts for yourself. You have tools that you've acquired over the course of time. You may actually come to the realization that your parents were just doing the best that they could in the situation that they had, right? Does it mean that, again, that was the end all be all?
Right.
No, it is not. That is always very important for us to understand that whatever happened in your childhood, you either need to go and seek professional counsel, or you need to get whatever help you need, because far too often, and that's part of this issue here that we're having where the person is settling, because sometimes based on past experiences and so forth, we set our expectations to a point where it's not completely realistic. However, again, I say,
know that shall be true.
That and it is nothing wrong with reevaluating your expectations / non-negotiables so that you can come to the sound conclusion in your present state of being what is most healthiest for you long term. What's best?
Right.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. And hey, listen. I'm gonna need y'all to go and check out the Lady Simples page. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that next week. Okay? I'm just saying, because Babi has organized a female flag football team. That's all I got.
The pressure is on me, for real.
Come on, Lady Simples! We love y'all. We mean it.
So, first of all, it used to be my own little sanctuary where I go when I was frustrated with others.
He wanted me there.
And she...
Now I'm there. Now I'm there.
I'm good, man.
Let me speak into the microphone.
No, I like how you did it. Oh, you sexy. Oh, I was getting...
We love y'all. Next week, same time, same energy.
We sipping in conversation. Sipping in conversation. Beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up, Scotty.